less likely to give you salmonella at this point of life. We've solved this problem. People are like, man, I really love cookie dough, but like, I don't want to die. And then everyone was like, I got you. We figured it out.
You know what I learned? Hey, everybody. Well, welcome to the pre-show. I'm trying to get my Skycam figured out here as to like where it is in OBS. But Steimer and I were talking about raw cookie dough and eggs and salmonella. And I was about to say that I learned that in the UK, they vaccinate their hens against salmonella. It's like government mandated. So as long as it has like this special stamp on the packaging, you know that it's impossible for you to get salmonella from those raw eggs. I didn't know that was a thing. And apparently they won't do it in the United States.
You know, I thought we have like a weird thing. Like there's a reason why our eggs have to be refrigerated too. And it has to do with like we do a weird bacterial wash coating on it.
Mm-hmm. It's to help prevent the salmonella. Yeah.
Yeah. So they like do it backwards. So like, I don't know. Europe's better, I think, is the point of what we're trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed. How's it going, everybody? We understand that Steimer's video quality is not ideal. We're trying to figure out why that's happening.
Yes.
Don't know.
No, I want events, I assume. I'm trying to find the chat. Yeah, there we go. Chat.
We've got Ashley, PSW, Chris, Jay, Devin, Melanthius. Is that how you say that? Oh, he says.
What are you asking?
I'm sorry, I don't know your pronouns. Says, hey, listening from work. Shh, don't tell. We won't tell.
Well, Melanthius, we won't tell if you don't tell.
No, Chris, I did not learn Danish. I did listen to a lot of Danish and very poorly attempt. Oh, hi, Ozzy. An attempt to speak Danish. But let me tell you, that Danish alphabet is difficult.
Yeah. The Nordic languages in general are very difficult to wrap your brain around. I remember I had some friends who were Swedish, and they would speak like it would be like just talk, and they would talk, and I'd be like, I don't even know how many words were in that sentence or whatever you just said. I couldn't even guess if you just said something short or really long. No idea. It just sounds like gobbledygook.
It really does.
And you're like, how? My brain can't comprehend. Like, I can, with the more, the Romance languages, you can tell, right? Like, even if you don't speak German, you can kind of figure out, like, words, I would say. Like, you could be like, I can pick out how many, maybe, you could make a relatively educated guess on how many words are in a sentence someone spoke. Not with any of Danish or Swedish or Finnish.
Ozzy asked, did you eat a Danish? I did, but interesting fun fact. In Denmark, all pastries are called Danishes. And it's just here in the United States that we have a specific type of pastry that we call a Danish. So basically, if you go into like a bakery there and ask for a Danish, they'll look at you and be like, hey, dum-dum, they're all Danishes. Tell me which one you want.
Yep.
I'm not saying that happened, but it might have happened.
And you were like, I just want the food. Just give me the foods.
Pretty much. Pretty much. All right. Well, maybe I'll go sit in over there and we can take questions from chat because I don't really need the Skycam to work for the actual stream. We're just, or for the show tonight.
Yeah.
We're just, we just need to, hopefully, let me actually make your window.
Andrea, is this the first Steimer Andrea show?
No, remember you and I did one last year.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Where I think Alexa was sick and Brittany was out of town, and it was like really last minute. Because I remember Alexa had messaged me during the day and was like, "Girl, I'm gonna die. I can't make it." And I was like, "Shit, we don't have a guest. I guess it's just me and Steimer."
Yes. Okay, I do remember this. I think we just talked about Destiny the whole time.
That sounds right.
Which probably will happen somewhat a little bit here today, but hopefully not too much.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird because we obviously are going to be recording the show as per usual on Wednesday with obviously our special guest Blair Herder, and we'll be talking about it then, but doesn't mean we can't talk about it now too. But
just keep talking about it.
All right, I'm gonna move over to the couch now. 1 second.
Chris says Steimer and Andrea combined to make Stan. We could be Stan. I think when you stan someone, that's a good thing, right? Am I making that up?
My gosh, there's so many lights.
So many lights.
I haven't worn this Pac-Man shirt in a long time. It's a classic.
I'm wearing my PlayStation shirt.
No, we can't see it though, because I have you zoomed in. There you go. Oh, now we see it. I could make your shot wide this time since you have the entire window to yourself. You're not sharing it with Britt.
Oh, it's just me. Yes.
Jay asks, which games monitor did you bring on the trip? I asked Sarah if I could get one for our honeymoon. She said I could only bring my Switch. True story, John and I brought our console on our honeymoon too, and I'm really glad we did because it ended up raining, like downpouring 6 of the 8 days we were on Maui for our honeymoon. So I'm glad we invested in a really fancy hotel room because we were in it the whole time watching TV. Oh, sorry, I forgot I have my computer audio on.
Oh, I was like, what's happening?
But to answer your question, I had the games M155, and it's for sale on the game's website. I'm not sure if you can get it on Amazon. I know that their stock is kind of spotty, and for a long time it was out of stock. You just couldn't find it anywhere. But I really like it. We have 2 of them here, and they're really great. So, let's see here.
Preston Regular says, found it. It was episode 18 where it was only both of you, and it was very much Destiny 2 talk. Episode 18. We're on 70.
Forever ago.
70.
Yeah, we are on episode 70 this week, aren't we? This is technically episode 71 that we're shooting tonight.
Oh, shit, that's true. Yeah. We are shooting 71.
So we are talking to from the future.
Good hello from future / past. I don't know how this works. How is brain the thing? I don't know.
I wonder if we used Hangouts, if your quality would kick in.
We might be able to, considering it's just the 2 of us. Just the 2 of us.
We can make it if we try. Just the 2 of us.
Dude, somebody at work today was singing not Power Rangers. The Captain Planet's, like, she was not in my group. She was just like walking ahead of me. And I heard her like start off the Captain Planet theme song, and I like helped her finish it. And she turned around, she was like, "Yes!" And I was like, "Did we just become best friends?" Because the people she was walking with were not as appreciative as I was of her song.
That's a good thing about working at a company where other people understand you. That you just finish each other's, 90s cartoon references.
Yes. It's very, very good.
I keep looking at news stories being like, oh, we should talk about this. But I'm like, not tonight, Andrea. Tonight's not about that. Tonight
we have one segment. The segment of kick-ass.
It's true. It's true. I'm excited, though, because the week I come back, I'm going to have so much stuff to talk about from TGS because... Alexa Ray helped me get a media badge because I've never done press registration in Japan before because it's my first time going. And so now I'm
Fair.
getting invites to go see stuff. So I'm going to Bandai Namco to see their entire slate, which is cool. I'm getting 2 new demos from Capcom, which I'm very excited about. And then I'm going to like walk around the show floor and try not to get lost.
It's not that big. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
But just make sure you go on a media day, because do not go on a public day.
Yeah, no, we're going on the business or industry days or whatever, and then because we're leaving on the public day, that Saturday, I believe,
Smart.
is the first public day, and we are
I thought it was
flying
Friday,
back.
but it's been a long time, so maybe it is Saturday.
Yeah, it should be good though. But
Yeah.
this is why we decided it might be fun to just stream the whole thing for you guys, because if we know that we don't get to do this very often, because a lot of times we're talking about embargoed content, and also me trying to manage the live stream and also run the show at the same time is very challenging.
To say the least, I would say so.
So maybe Aussie, maybe I'm gonna be playing DMC. I'm definitely playing DMC in Japan. I've never been much of a DMC person. Not that I dislike that game. I like Platinum. I think they're very talented. I'm a big Bayonetta fan. But I never just got into Dante. Obviously, like you guys listen to the show, you know that Japanese games in general just aren't generally my jam. But I'm excited to try it out. Oh, Jay, that's a great idea. He says pick up all the Monster Hunter swag. We'll trade wine and or bourbon. Last time John was in Tokyo, he got me a Monster Hunter t-shirt. Maybe I'll bring that with. No, that would be a little weird, right? Then I'd be like the girl showing up to Capcom with like the Monster Hunter shirt.
You're like, hey guys. I mean, it would be kind of cute. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. But I think you can probably just be like, guys, I need more. Give me all your swag. Where's your swag closet? / go to the Capcom bar and drink a Capcom drink.
There's a Capcom bar?
Yes.
Well,
in Tokyo.
I feel like that's an
There's
Instagram story
bar,
waiting to
they,
happen.
Like, do like the Monster Hunter. They do like the things. Like it's like a. I mean, I'm not gonna call it a show because it's not a show, but they do like a little, like a birthday song style of that level of show, quote unquote, for you as they present out your food or drinks.
Nice.
And they have that. They have Square Enix has a cafe, I believe. We didn't get to go to it because it was closed when we were there. But there's like all sorts of little video game bars that are real good. Oh, PSV says the Kirby Cafe is getting ready to open in Japan. That sounds exciting.
That sounds like cuteness overload.
Yes, and then there's the Pokemon Center, which I know you don't really care too much about, but sounds super cute.
I'm planning to go to Disney Sea because I've heard really great things about it. And I'm going to have a couple of days to kind of like just hang around since John will be at meetings. So maybe I'll do that. I'm planning to go shopping.
Yes. Are you going to, is it Shibuya? That's the shop? No, I mean, there's Harajuku, but.
So the hotel that we're staying at is apparently like right on top of Shibuya Crossing.
Shibuya Crossing, yeah, has the big, like mall that I've bought.
I love malls.
That's where I got my super cool Japanese Disney official, but I don't know how they're Disney official because they're really fucking weird. Like they're a sort of like Dia de los Muertos style.
Okay.
Princesses. I have Snow White and I have Cinderella. And one of them says fuck on it. And it's official Disney merch.
But it says fuck on it?
It says fuck. Like,
that feels like someone's lying.
Are on... What?
I'm like, that feels like someone's lying about it being official Disney merch.
No, it is. It's just Japan. I don't know. Japan's amazing. And it's a wonderful, magical land.
I know. I'm not saying Japan's not amazing. There's no dispute that... I'm just spitting all over myself. There's no dispute there. The dispute is that, like, after having done Disney contracts in my career, the idea that a company like Disney anywhere in the world would allow a piece of their merch to say fuck is kind of like...
It says Disney on the tags, like the back tags. So I would be surprised if they, like, I don't know.
Made it counterfeit? I wouldn't.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I have no idea. But
regardless, we
like
can agree that
Disney.
It's a fun piece of merch.
It's fucking great. They're fucking great. I don't super enjoy the way the sweatshirts fit, but it's like whatever. Like what's on them is so cool that it's fine. I have thought about getting them tailored.
I mean, why not? It's not
Because,
it's not like you can just
I'm
like
not
run
sure.
down to Uniqlo and buy another one.
I will. Yeah, I can't buy. Like these are one of a kind sweatshirts. I will never have a chance to buy again. But I should bring them next time and be like, Andrea, help me figure out how to fix this in tailoring. What should I tell them to do?
Well, I mean, your tailor could do that too, but I'm happy to help.
I mean, I don't trust anybody else.
All right, now I'm looking at the Disney Japan store. Wait. So it's who's on the shirt?
This was like 3 to 4 years ago. There's no way this merch still exists.
Okay, so
and it was in Shibuya Crossing that I bought it at a store. So it was not at the Disney store. So you're right. It could potentially be counterfeit. But it does say Disney on it. I actually want to see if I should go grab it. Or if I can find it. Hold on.
Wait, so who's the character on it?
There's a Snow White and there is a Cinderella.
Okay. Go get it. Yeah, go see if you can find it. You guys, I'm literally typing into Google Disney quotes Snow White shirt quote fuck merchandise. I'm really kind of scared about the results that are going to come up. Do I look at the image search or do I not? Am I going to find some weird fucking shit? I don't know. Let's see here. I'm going to go to images. This could be bad. Oh, no, it's actually all t-shirts. Hooray. Maybe I should put Japan at the front. Oh, you did find it. So it says pumpkin fake. Okay, wait. I don't see where it says fuck. That's also Cinderella. Did you say?
So I will say it says pumpkin fake, which I don't know, just does. And then the pumpkin on the ground says fuck. But here's what I will say. You were correct. I'm looking at the tags now, and I actually don't see any note of Disney on it anywhere. So here's what the brand is. The brand is called Glad News.
Okay.
I really thought it said Disney on here somewhere, but maybe I just made that up in my head. And the best part is it's in quotes. It says fashion de force of glamour and sexual ingenuity.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah. So my fault, not official Disney. I just assumed, I guess, that Disney signed off on this because it's very clearly Disney characters. But whatever, I still love them. They're still amazing pieces of merch. So look for Glad News, I suppose, if you are looking for this kind of thing.
Okay. I will.
It says it was made in Korea.
That sounds right. How come you never wore that last year?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Maybe you just never wore it on the show.
I probably never wore it on the show. Yeah, but I wore these all the time because they are super fun.
That's awesome. Don't worry, guys. I didn't actually run into any really terrible images during my image search. Oh, yeah. So Jay brings up a good point, and he's not the only one, because Britt and I have these vacations planned, and everyone's like, when's Steimer going on vacation?
Never. I don't go on vacation. I just take vacation days to work more.
Oh, that sounds so sad.
It does sound sad, doesn't it? But
hopefully you don't feel like you're working really hard or doing work you don't like when you're coming up here.
Yeah, no, it never is like, oh man, gotta go do the thing.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Yeah, no, I have fun doing my second job, but it is, yeah, it's definitely like anytime you guys are like, I'm going on a thing, I'm doing a thing, I'm leaving, I'm like, fuck, I should probably do a thing.
No,
but
I have to say though, like, I know it sounds like on paper it's like, oh, I have all these cool back-to-back trips, but really I'm so tired and so sad that I don't get to be home, because all I want is to be home for like a month. That's all I want. Like 4 consecutive fucking weeks. Like, I would
Yes.
kill for that. I would kill for the ability to like develop a routine, to like have some consistency and some stability. And I know that that sounds crazy, but I think it's just a grass is greener kind of a thing. Whereas people who have that consistency and that stability are like, I wish I could go and fly for work and visit all these places and go to these countries and things like that. And I don't blame you. Like traveling is cool, but it wears you down after a while.
Yeah.
And it wrecks your body, like going between time zones and eating weird food in different countries, and you're exposed to so many different kinds of potential illnesses. And it's just one of those things where, like, I don't want to ever seem ungrateful for the career that I have and the choices that I've made, but what you have is not a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying that it is, but it definitely is. It's more of like, oh, I think it's more that I feel like I don't have anybody to go with. So like I went, like on, I'll call it, you were like, you went on vacation to Mexico. And I'm like, it was vacation, quote unquote. Number one, it was with family, which as you know, is not always the most relaxing, but compounded with the fact that I was learning to scuba dive, which meant it was highly stressful. Like and a lot of like the water conditions weren't great. So me trying to like do all this shit, I was just stressed out for like the first half of the trip. The ending half of the trip where we actually did the dive with the sea lions and everything was great. Fucking fantastic. But that was like 2 days.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, I was like, it was a vacation, but it wasn't like a super great vacation. It was in ways and it wasn't in any relaxing way. I'll say that. It was not a relaxing vacation. So that is something that I could do with more of.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm with you. Like, yeah, in the chat, Jay says all about a staycation, and Rhonda says staycations are great though. They are if you can manage to actually pull one off. It's so hard because when you're here or when you're home, wherever your home is, it's so easy to get wrapped up into whatever's happening in your day-to-day life, particularly for work. If your coworkers think that you're available, and we kind of live in this era where it's almost expected that you're available, like at all hours of the night and on the weekends, to like answer questions or do emails or anything that comes up. And that's tough. And that's like the bonus of going international, is to be like, hey, I'm traveling abroad. I don't have my phone. You can't talk to me. Yep. Leave me alone. Yep. But yeah, Ozzy, we have talked about a What's Good Games vacation. We've talked about it more than once. I think we just need to find a time to do it. Because Reagan asks, will the fall, winter be a calmer time for trips, cons? Honestly, it's not. It used to be, but now there's something every single month of the year. And we're going to get lucky next year in April because PAX East is actually at the end of March. GDC is on the front end of March, and DICE is in February. So it means the month of April might gloriously be vacant from cons and trade shows, which just doesn't generally happen because most of the time PAX East is in April at some point, even if it's the front half of the month. So I think that might be a time for us to maybe take a What's Good vacation.
I don't want to go to PAX East now. It means it's gonna be cold as shit.
It's always cold. I feel
but at least when it's in April, like sometimes it's okay.
You can get a lucky. I feel like we got pretty lucky this last year with the weather. Yeah. It was really mild.
But the one time I went before that, when it was in March, it was a blizzard. I was like, this sucks.
Well, Ozzy, we've also got the Game Awards in December. He's talking about PlayStation Experience, probably. Yeah. We haven't heard from Sony about PlayStation Experience, and if they're going to do something in December,
terribly unusual. They're always so last minute with that.
Yeah, like they have probably another week, maybe another 2 weeks at most to announce, because that's what they've done previously. If they've announced in September, but if they haven't announced by the time that I'm back from Tokyo, I don't know, dudes. It's not looking good. It's always been one of those things where like it's never been a sure thing, and even last year it felt a little empty. And I don't know if that's because they grew into too big of a space, and then because they said supposedly, and I have to maybe look this up, that they sold out tickets last year, but it didn't feel that way.
Like, did you really?
Yeah. Well, and then they changed the format to this weird like panel style show, which I think we all agree was not great. Didn't have the excitement of previous press conferences at PSX. Chris, no, this isn't the show yet. We haven't started the actual show.
Yeah.
It could be the show. Maybe Steimer, I just take this YouTube archive and I pull it down, I edit it, and we're like, yo, this is the show.
We're talking about random shit. Welcome to the fact that I don't take vacations and you hate traveling and
No, the plan for the one-off episode is for us to take a bunch of Dear WGG questions that we've missed over the last several months. So, because we have a running document with every question that's ever submitted to Dear WGG. And obviously, we can't get to all of them every week. We can only get to a couple of them because the show's already long enough as it is. And so we thought it'd be a good time for us to go through and take a bunch of your questions and kind of make it a Dear WGG episode where we just answer a bunch of your questions. So that was our plan once we actually start the show. But
yes. And then also, like, I feel like we would be down if people in chat were saying stuff to just answer things there too.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely take questions from you guys in the chat as well, because you're in the Dear WGG tier, Avi. Ozzy, that's a good point that I did not think about, that he says normally they announce late, and if they don't announce, I don't know what they'll do with Capcom Cup. So yeah, Capcom Cup has been at PSX for the last 3 years, I believe. Not that Capcom can't throw their own event, but it obviously was better if they did it in tandem with PlayStation. But
that's a great question that I don't have an answer for. They will do whatevs. Gritter places. I like your hat, Steimer. Thanks.
It's a very funny story, Gritter, about this hat. It is a very beautiful, very luxurious rag and bone hat that Steimer loves. Suede. And it's suede and it's soft and very, very well made. At PAX West, after the Kind of Funny interwebsite tournament, we decided to go get some food with my mom and her wife, who came to meet us at the show. And we walk into Ruth's Chris, which is in the lobby of the Grand Hyatt. If you're familiar, it's a very nice steakhouse. And we walk in, and I had made a reservation, and I went up to the host stand, and they looked at us because we were still obviously like in our t-shirts and we had sneakers on, but we didn't look like slovenly or anything crazy.
No, we were like cute, but casual,
yes,
cute.
Exactly. I mean, it's a con, and it's a restaurant inside of a hotel, so we didn't think we had to worry about the dress code. But they had a very clear sign at the front desk that's like, no hats, no tees, no all of it, pretty much like what we were wearing. And I was like, oh, is that gonna be a problem? And she was like, well, I am gonna have to ask you to remove your hat to Steimer. And Steimer was like, yo, about that, I've been kind of wearing this all day, so it's kind of a hot mess under there. And which I get when I wear hats, like, you don't take the hat off. It's not like a dude thing where they're just like wearing a hat to cover the fact that they don't have hair anymore. Like, we just, it's like, and I'm not meaning it as an offense. I'm saying, like, you can easily take your hat on and off, and it's not a big deal. When a girl with lots of hair wears a hat for a styled look, you don't just take the hat off. And so they were like, no. And so I almost got into it with her, and Steimer's like, excuse me, do you know what kind of hat this is? This is a rag and bone hat.
I was legit like, excuse me, this is a rag and bone hat. Yeah. This is not a bullshit hat. This is an expensive fucking hat.
I know, but they were still like, well, rules are rules. And we were like, how about we'll just take a seat in the bar? And so we sat in the bar and had a very nice waiter in the bar area instead, and had a very lovely meal. We ate lobster mac and cheese. It was delicious. But yeah, it was just, you know, don't wear a hat.
Because I was like, this is a cute fucking hat. This is not like a regular ass baseball hat.
It's true.
Don't you judge
me for my hat. It is a very cute fucking hat.
And then to Andrea's point earlier, like when you have the hat on there, it's there for a purpose. It's there to cover up the shit show that is happening underneath. But also, I'm like, if we were in, say, North Dakota and I didn't know anybody, I would have taken the hat off. Wouldn't have cared. I would have been like, you know what? You're going to see my hair. It's going to be real nasty. Sorry. But because we were at the con, there were people in the dining room we knew. And I was like, I'm not taking this off.
Yeah.
This is just not happening. Sorry.
Yeah. there was a ton of people we knew, and there was a bunch of people we knew coming in and out. And apparently, as we were sitting there, we were just about to get our food. We were enjoying a cocktail. Like this giant entourage of people walked in from the street, just reeking of weed smoke, because obviously it's Seattle. You can smoke there legally. But apparently there's a rule that you can't walk into an establishment smelling of marijuana. And if you do, the business owner has the right to ask you to leave, to like air out and then come back, which is a crazy idea. But I guess in a restaurant where the smell of your food is so important, especially in like a high-end restaurant, it's a good rule to have, because you can't have like scented candles on the table or a variety of other things that might interfere with like the smell of your food. And so they roll in, and like 3 of them are wearing hats, and one of them apparently was a famous rapper that I didn't know. I was like, I don't know who any of those guys are. I'm not hip to the scene. If Cool Greg was there, he would have probably known. But like, I was all up in arms. I was like, so help me God, if they seat them at a table with their hats on, I'm gonna go over there and raise hell.
Dude, I would have lost my shit. Because like I would have been like, excuse me, you let them in with their fucking $35 baseball hats? You won't let me in with this?
But we didn't have to, because they turned them away, because they were like, no, you guys smell, like, you gotta get out of here. So
that's acceptable. If you turn them away,
left.
then that's okay.
But anyway, okay, so it's 6:30 now, so we're going to shut down the stream temporarily. If you guys want to keep your window open, I'll bring it back up, and we'll just live stream the whole show for you. Did we decide what we want to go with? If we're going with Standrea or Andimer? I don't know. You think about it. You guys let us know if you can come up with a battle. It was not Macklemore, Chris. No. I'm gonna try to we're gonna try to workshop Steimer's connection here and see if I can get a better video quality for the actual recording. And then we will be back on in just a few minutes. So just keep the window open. I'm going to keep the stream technically running. It might shut down and then start back up again in this YouTube window, but it'll be the same link. And we'll be right back. I'm going to now awkwardly walk over to the production desk. Here I go.
Da, 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 da.
Sure that's going, and then I will start the record. All right, and an unspecified error happened.
Of course.
Oh, now I should be recording and streaming. And let me check the window. Let's see if the kids can hear us.
It is live running, says Professor Metal Gear.
Oh, wonderful. There you are.
The long yawn is over. Apparently I was stuck in a yawn.
Oh,
it's great.
Amazing. I mean, not amazing, but it's funny.
No, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. Greater plays this weekend. Hear you, which is perfect.
All right.
I'm glad you all enjoyed my yawn. I'm very tired. So there will probably be a few sneaky yawns in this episode.
I wonder if I can put this over here. Nope, I can't. It's definitely in your face. Oh no, what happened? No, come back.
What?
I had a bunch of windows just minimize. Shit. Oh, the joys of production. There we go. I'm just trying to, my problem is I guess I don't need to have the chat on this window because I'm going to have it on my laptop. So. All right.
Yes.
Close the chat window.
Yes.
And make this window bigger. Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. I think it all looks good. I think we're good to go. I'm going to go over there and then we'll do a clap.
Oh, we gonna clap. We gonna clap. Not get the clap, but just clap. She couldn't hear that because she doesn't have headphones on, and she's not gonna notice. Ha 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 ha. I'm being sneaky squirrel.
I do love me a Steimer song.
Wait, because you didn't hear that though.
Here. Whoops. Oh well.
You just knew I was singing. You didn't know what I was saying.
No. What were you saying?
I said we're going to clap, but not get the clap. Ha ha ha. She can't hear me.
Yes, we don't want to get the clap. That is
no.
That is accurate.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. That's what we call sync clap, ladies and gentlemen. We do that so I can edit the show more easily. Okay, let me get the chat going here on this. There it is. Pop out chat. I'm trying to manage a bunch of windows at the same time on my laptop. It's going to be intense, but I'm going
so fun. You have the doc with the questions?
Yes, I am pulling that up right now. Do you want me to drop a link for that for you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
No, I hit the wrong button. No, go back.
Oh God, I hate that.
Okay. Wait. I'm just gonna put it in the Facebook chat because that's the one that I can see.
That's fine. I can go there.
All right. Okay. We are recording and recording. Nothing's breaking. I think we're good. You guys, I'm so hungry and tired.
Oh yes, these are things I feel.
Okay.
So you're over here.
I've got the
chat.
That's What She Said pillow within reach, and it's gonna be great.
Rock on. Brightness on this.
Maybe before we kick things off, we should pick a starting point.
Yes, let's do that. We've talked about items from games. We should probably strike these out.
I do when I read them. Maybe Britt hasn't. I can strike the ones out.
I feel like we've done those. Wow. Okay. How far back does this? This goes back real far. Holy shit.
It goes back until the anniversary show where we made this.
Oh my God.
Which, by the way, we appreciate you guys' patience. We know that we have some make goods that we need to do from the anniversary show. Like, we still owe you a Dream Daddy stream.
Yes, we do.
We owe you a fanfic reading. The problem is that Brittany hasn't been home, and I don't think she knows where the fanfic is. So
she said it was on this computer, but that computer's in a closet.
Right. Like, so all they need to do is plug the computer in and boot it up and then like transfer the file. Yes. But I think that she just hasn't gotten around to doing that, and that's on us 100%. So we are not making excuses. We're taking responsibility, and we owe you. We owe you guys.
We owe you. Yeah, I need to just book a weekend and schedule that stream. And just like do a Saturday and knock it out, because I don't know how far I am in the game, but I'm hoping it's not like multiple streams. Hopefully just one. But I don't know.
We shall see. All right, let's see here. We've already done this one too. Let's strike that.
This one's interesting.
Wait, how far down did you go?
I went real far down. I'm in August.
Oh.
Do we want to go all the way back? Because a lot of those were E3 stuff, which is why I was kind of thinking they wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Well, there's one up there that would be good that I could pull.
Cool.
Yeah, here. Yeah. Why don't I highlight the ones that I'm like, hey, this one could be good, so that way they could easily find them.
Excellent.
Oops, nope. I don't want to highlight. I don't want the text to be highlighted. Damn it. This is another reason why we don't stream. A lot of times we're like just kind of dicking around getting things to work.
Yes.
We haven't even started the show yet.
Nope. 7 minutes in.
Oh, I just saw one. What happened to it? This one's actually kind of funny. Dang it, where's that other one? Oh, so many of these are not questions. They're just people being really nice and writing in nice messages.
I know it's very nice, but
you
also
guys are so nice.
But also we need questions.
Well,
also, my eyes like it hurts to look at this screen. It's too bright.
it's because there's so much text.
I need to turn my brightness down. How do I live without you? Seriously, where's the brightness? These fucking settings.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. This was an easy fix. It might be on the fucking monitor, isn't it? Shit, I think it is. I want there to be like a dark mode browsing. That button I can just click.
Wouldn't it be nice if Google Docs had a dark mode?
Yeah, just like here, just settle down a little bit. LOL. No, thank you.
You can just delete. Oh, it's from Brooke though.
Yeah.
She's sweet. I think her intentions were well placed with that.
Oh no. I'm not mad at the question. It's just
PSW dark mode is everywhere now. I actually prefer night mode on Twitter.
Yes, night mode on Twitter is the best.
Maybe it's because I spend an unhealthy amount of time on Twitter.
Maybe.
Ooh, this one's kind of fun. Maybe we've answered this one, but
Yes.
You know, in a perfect world, we would have picked these questions out ahead of time.
Didn't have a lot of time today. Neither of us did.
I've only been back in the country for like 48 hours, okay? A lot of it was spent sleeping. And playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Why do people always want to know what the worst games you've ever played are? Spoilers, once we find out it's bad, I stop playing it.
Well, there are they're not bad, but there's one where it's just borderline mediocre, but I actually really enjoyed it. And so I think it's more of asking about that. Like today I was talking with a coworker and he was mentioning how he asked me like the same thing, like what's like a trash game that you know is a trash game but you love it anyway. And he gave me his example, which was like this X-Men fighting game on PS2. And I think he said PS2. Anyways, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have a lot of those because, yeah, generally, if I know a game is trash, I probably don't play it. But I'm sure that there are examples I just can't think of.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Can you hear Dua Lipa right now?
No.
Okay, good.
Is somebody in your building like blasting?
It's
Dua
not
Lipa?
blasting. I can hear it faintly. So I'm glad that they're being respectful.
Okay. There's some good ones here.
That there are. One.
Okay. Okay. I think we have enough to get started with.
Okay.
We're probably just going to, for everyone watching the stream, we're probably just going to do this as one long segment instead of dividing it into 3 segments like we normally do. Because we intentionally didn't make any commitments to sponsors this week because we knew that we were going to be gone and we'd be doing a weird show. So we're like, probably shouldn't sell this one. If you're along for the ride, great. If you guys have got to dip out at any point, don't worry. This is going to go live, like we said, next Friday, September 21st in all the usual spots. And it should be good. And if there's any kind of crazy news that breaks, we'll try to find a place to insert it. and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, find a place for it. You always can.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I will introduce the show. Let me scroll back up to the top here and figure out which one I want to start with. If any of these that I've highlighted, Steimer, you're like, nah, I'm good. Just unhighlight them.
Okay, I'm trying to think of underdogs right now, but it's mostly just because all I've played is like,
I can kick
top
that off
tier.
to give you some time to think about it.
Yeah, put that one off because I'm not entirely sure what I would pick yet.
Okay, yeah, and you're grainy again, but I don't know if there's much we can do about this.
It's just how the roll of the dice, man.
Yeah. I think the internet's just not being our friend today, so hopefully people won't mind on YouTube. Thanks, Ozzy, for the question. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the What's Good Games podcast. I'm Andrea Renee, joined by my lovely co-host, Miss Christine Steimer.
Oh, hello.
And that's it. It's just us, you guys. How exciting.
Just the two of us.
For all of those watching on youtube.com/What's Good Games, thank you so much for joining us over there. If you haven't subscribed, please do. But I just want to give a little apology. We've been dealing with some technical issues today during our record. We've tried 3 different video conferencing apps to try to get a better picture quality for Steimer's camera. We just don't know what's happening. The internet is not being our friend.
Slightly blurred.
We hope at some point during the show that the resolution will pop in. We've been kind of fiddling with it for a little over an hour now, and we kind of were like, you know what? YOLO. We gotta just record the show and go with it. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you're listening on podcast services, on YouTube, watching it on Patreon, we love that you're part of the What's Good Games community. And